Names. I just switched to a more dependable one right now. And I think I'm going to restart this whole live chat from the start. And I just deleted the first one. So please, if you have been there, you watch that first one. This is a new live chat on a new network with a better, stronger internet. And I don't think we're going to have any break now. So once again, I welcome you to the live chat. For those people that will be joining or you just jumping in, my name remains the one and only Hefe West. Welcome to Afro Scientific Spirituality. This is a place where we separate the facts from the fiction, the science from the superstitions, and the concept from the misconceptions about African spirituality. Today, I will be talking about some serious issue about Africa uniting. We have this El Dorado thinking that Africa is going to be an independent continent, and we'll be having this free movement like Europe and one currency. Why it is a good idea, why it is something that is a dream, I don't think it is possible. Let's be honest. Let's talk about the facts on the ground, because I've been looking at this for a long time now. I know many of us spiritualists, Black Africans, especially Africans in diaspora, we want this dream. We want to see this happen. This is the essence of Pan-Africanism that was carried out by Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Kwame Nkrumah, Satomo Sankara. We have good people. But can we really achieve this? For us to achieve this, what will it take for us to achieve this dream? And what is the stumbling block? Who are the people actually standing against us achieving this dream? Who are which countries are the ones that we will be having issues with when we talk about this? Who are the real Africans here? Everybody wants to have visa-free Africa. Everybody is talking about African currency, AU currency. Will this be visible? I have been looking about this for a long time now. It's not today African people have been talking about this issue, but they just keep talking. They just go to the place just to show up, bring out a blueprint. It is never ever implemented. The reasons for this, first of all, we need to know the history of Africa. I have talked this many times that Africa, we are not one. We have been so-called corrupted. We have been polluted, we have been diluted, and we have been crippled by what has happened to us in history, in ancient history, and what is currently happening to us. So we have many factors working against us rising up, working against this dream. And we have to identify these factors before we can talk about solutions to solving these problems. These are the things that they don't talk at the AU meeting. They don't say this at the African Union meeting. They don't say this in the news, but these are the factors. We need to understand that, first of all, the North African countries, they are not real Africans. And these people, as such, will not allow visa-free travel. They will never allow visa-free travel in Africa, because they will feel that the Black Africans will come back to take their lands that they have stolen. Countries like Egypt, number one. The people we see in Egypt today, they are not original Africans, they are Arabs. We know the dates that they came to Africa, 640 AD. They are the last people that took over Africa, and they are still there today. They are the last people that took over ancient Egypt. Egypt was taken over by many people, the Greeks, the Macedonians, people from the Turks, different people from the Asiatic regions come at certain times, that will come to take over Egypt. Then they will be driven out. The Kushite people will take the land again. Then later they will come the Isoks. So we have people always coming to invade the throne, especially when the time that the ancient Egypt start getting weak. Like all good things must come to an end. The reign of Africa as a world civilization has to come to an end as well. We grow old. We got tired of living, we died. It was time of other people. The last people that came, fortunately or unfortunately, it was the Arabs. And it was the Arabs that are still occupying Egypt till now. They are not native to Africa. Okay? We need to know this. The North African tribes, the North African countries, they are not native people there. Arab, Tunisia, Algeria, Morocco, and some portions of Angola, Niger. These are people that came in to spread their Islamic religion by conquests. They came in, forced people to convert to Islam. If you don't convert, they kill you. This is the way Muhammad started his spread of the religion. Islam was not a peaceful religion. It did not start peacefully like Christianity. It was a violent religion. Accept or die. And it is still written in their Quran tomorrow. If you are not an Islamic person, you are considered as an infidel. You can be killed and nothing will happen. You'll be treated like a dog. Many of them still have this extreme ideology. It was forced on people, especially African people, especially other parts of the world, and they don't teach this history to people. So Islam and Christianity, it is not native to Africa. So for those African people that are carrying this religion on their heads like a do or die affair, those Indian Muslims that you have been attacking me, it is not native to Africa, okay? It came by way of conquest. It is the religion of colonization, Christianity and Islam. It is not our native spiritual system, okay? Try to study how it came to Africa. So these people that are in Egypt today, they will never allow visa-free travel because they know that they are sitting on stolen property. This is why they are in connivance with the white people to distort the history of Africa, to whitewash it. What you see them do, they call this Egyptology, which is actually grave robbing. I also call it scientific racism. You are doing research, digging up other people's ancestors' grave. How many Europeans will allow people from other parts of the world to be digging their ancestors' grave, even if they have any? How many of them will go to say we want to dig up Queen Elizabeth's grave? Do you think the UK people will allow that? We want to go and dig up the grave of their kings for scientific research, to be tearing them up, analyzing them, taking them apart, looking at them critically, cutting off their bones, their body parts. You don't see them do that in Europe. But why is it only in Africa that they will be doing this kind of rubbish? They say in the name of research. This is a scientific racism and grave robbing. And then they do the whitewash. They bring 3D image to try to whitewash the people of ancient Egypt to have white lineage. The black African connection of ancient Sudan, the Kushite people, they never talk about that. These people, they are criminals, they are thieves, like Indiana Jones, they are grave robbers, they are also vampires. I have talked about this many times. These are the people we have in Egypt today. I have been to Egypt. I know the way I was treated when I went to Egypt. I went to Egypt. Egyptian police followed me into the toilets just to go and urinate in airport. They followed me into toilet too. I wonder the way I was treated in that country for the few days I was there. I know that these people are not African people. I have been to North African countries. I've been to Morocco, Casablanca. I want to ask you people, all the black people watching me today that will watch this video, how many Arab friends do you have from North Africa? How many? The so-called Arabs that you think they are living in Africa, the kind of relationship you have with them, how are they treating you? Do they treat you like an equal? Do they treat you like they are one of you? I have been dealing with these people. By the way, I'm over 40 years, despite the fact that I look young. I have traveled extensively. I have dealt with a lot of white people. I have made friends with a lot of them, with a lot of Arabs. I've seen all these people. I know the way they think about African people. Okay? I want to encourage you to make friends with them. Not just take my word of it and say I'm coming online to spread racism. I want you to try to actually interact with these people, to try to know them, so that you will have your own experience. Okay? So that you not say I'm just coming here to talk what I don't know about. These people, they are not African people, and they know. And they teach this history to their children. The problem we have in Africa, we African people, we don't teach our authentic history to our own children. That is why our children are having problems today in the world. That is why many African people are confused, and many of them are suffering from inferiority complex. Many African youths today, they think that the white man is their savior, that white people are the ones that taught them everything good in life, that brought everything good. Could you believe that today I still have people that I come across that have this mentality? These are people that have never know anything about African history. These are youths that grew up in Africa. They were born in Africa, they were born into Christianity, they were born into Islam, and yet they know nothing, because the essence of those religions is to wipe their native spirituality and history from their mind. That is the essence of Christianity and Islam, to create caricatures, to create you in their own image. This is how they have strived. This is how they have been able to populate North Africa. When they go to a certain place, they force you to convert. Conversion means you must give up your native spirituality. You give up your native knowledge, your African spirituality, you must wipe it out. You must accept everything they give you. If they see you practicing your native spirituality, they kill you. They go to Africa, any village that relents, they will kill all the men, use all the women as sex slaves, put them in harems, rape these women, born mulatto kids, train them into morons, and use them to invade the next community. This is how they was able to spread and whitewash the whole of North Africa. It was a very gory history, but we have to say this. These people that are in North Africa will never agree to one united Africa. These countries will never agree. If you go to Egypt, the way they treat black people is on another level. They don't see you as an African. They don't even want you inside that country, because they know who they are. But you Africans, do you know who you are? You see how they treat Africans in Tunisia. Recently, just this year, the Tunisian government came out, the old president said racist statement against black Africans, that they are coming to pollute the country, I don't know what they say, they are coming to depopulate or to blackwash them inside their own country, that all our black Africans should go. These are people that came there legally. These people, they know who they are. The Arabs that I have dealt with, the African Arabs, they know that they are not from Africa. It is very obvious. The Algeria people, the Morocco people, the Libya people, the Tunisia people, the Egyptian people, they are Arabs, they are not native Africans. So forget if they like you 1000 AU meeting. It will never happen that we have visa-free travel in Africa. It will never happen that we have one currency in Africa. So those people that are having these dreams, just wipe it out of your mind. It will never happen. They just go there, your government is just going to Addis Ababa to waste their money. So you need to be realistic that first of all, North Africa is occupied by foreigners, and these foreigners will not give up their power. They will not allow black people to come and be mixing up with them, because they hate black people, and their aim here is to subjugate black people. So let's be honest. You need to teach the true history of Africa to your children. The reason we are having these problems today, many of us were not taught this. We have to learn it by ourselves. Okay, so that you will know why these people are behaving in a certain way. When you understand this, you will understand why they treat black people the way they treat black people. Why they are selling black people into slavery. Today, they still sell black people into slavery in the Arab world. Arabs look down on black people. They feel that black people are inferior to them. The reason for this inferiority, because we don't know who we are, and we don't have people that will teach us. If you know who you are as a black man, you will never go to an Arab country to go and be doing house help work, to go and be doing menial job. You will never go to put yourself under the authority of this kind of people that treat you very bad. A lot of our brothers and sisters are suffering in Arab countries. A lot of them. If I talk about what black people see in Arab countries, it is like modern day slavery. You go to work in a country, your employer have power to seize your passport. What sort of nonsense with that? That your employer will hold your passport for you? I don't know who gave him that power. But this is what people want. And of course, we have black people that are selling their own brothers and sisters into slavery on a daily basis. I am coming to that too. We are talking about Africa United. First of all, white parts united unity with North African countries. Okay, that one will never work first. The least we can get is regional unity, like ECOWAS or East African group of countries and then CENTCOM. That is the best we can do. So we need to focus on regional unity first, not that ECOWAS, because it will never work. Not that AU, it will never work. They have been trying it for years now. It is not going anywhere. So we should remove that from our minds. We can focus on ECOWAS, focus on CENTCOM and East Africa. That one, I'm sure, will work much better. Another major problem is Africa have internal enemies. Even before white people came to Africa, before foreigners came, we have our own evil people here. Evil black people in black skin that don't want progress for this life. It is part of nature. Good and evil is expressive. So Africa have people, before we even know white people, we have people we call the witches and wizards. People that commit abominations. We have bad people on our own first. And we still have many bad people in black skin today. So we need to focus on dealing with these people. These are people that don't want anything good to happen in life. They say charity begins at home. So how are we going to deal with these people? Those people don't want unity. Those people don't want people to be happy. They don't want to see African good. We don't know why there are people like good, but there are people like this. Okay, we have to deal with them. Somehow, these people, they find themselves to become presidents, to become your leaders. We see them in the image of people like Buhari. We see them in the image of people like a Cameroonian president. That one that have been there for more than 40-something years. He's a grandpapa, probably wearing diapers, he's still a president. We see this kind of backward leaders in Africa that want to die in power. They have nothing to offer. They have already dried out, and they will still not leave the seats for somebody. It's like they are sitting on the progress, sitting on the destiny, sitting on the upliftment of their country. If this is not wickedness, I don't know what it is. Now we have another one that is shaking, that just become president of Nigeria. This is a man that is urinating on himself, that is talking incoherently from time to time, that is shaking. He has struggled with all the money he has stolen. His wealth is not, nobody knows the source of his wealth. Nobody knows his real age. Nobody knows his academic record. Everything about this man is faulty. Everything about this man is subject to contention. But now he's not president because a lot of people are ready to sell out their conscience. We have people now in Africa that don't have conscience, that are ready to sell out themselves. This person has become president of a country like Nigeria. Do you expect any kind of progress, any kind of a rapid economic transformation from somebody that is already dead? Somebody that's a living skeleton. What do you expect from this kind of leader? We have this kind of people in Africa. They somehow find themselves into power. These are people that have been destroying their countries for so long. We have this kind of problems in Africa. We don't only have it in this president, so we have a lot of leaders, governors, elders in our communities, in our families. These are people that are just there to destroy the younger generation. We have a lot of them in Nigeria. We have so many of these mega church pastors or religious leaders that are just there to lock the spiritual evolution of people. These are people that are committed of not to teaching the youth anything good that will empower them. They are just there to lock down the future of African youths. We have a lot of these people. So when you have this kind of people in power, what do you think will happen to the educational system? They'll make sure that you become a moron. So these leaders, they emphasize the glorification of religion, of religious superstitions over academic and science and logic. They believe that they just want you to just go to your church, everything will be fine. They don't encourage the youth to actually develop themselves. You look at a country like Nigeria today, we need something they call STEM, science and technology, innovation, enterprise. We need this kind of courses to advance our technology. We don't have them in many Nigerian universities. A lot of students need to travel out of the country to learn science courses. What you're going to have is courses that will not be able to teach people how to manufacture or create anything in life. You see a lot of those courses in our universities in this modern day. There is no talk of upgrading our educational sector. They don't even teach, there's nothing like history in a lot of African universities. So how will the African youth know who they are? This is a serious problem. We have internal problems like this. We have people that are enemies of Africa. So for those people thinking about this El Dorado, Africa unites, it's a pipe dream in a way. The way we can do this, you have to deliver yourself. Don't wait for the crowd. We cannot join to people that are not ready. If you know that you are ready, you are awoken like me. My advice is to you is that do what is within your power. You can do. Don't worry about those Africans that are not ready. They will draw you back and they will destroy you. Okay? They will destroy your dreams because they are enemies of progress, and many of them are suffering from self-hate and inferiority complex. They have this crab in a bucket mentality, where you put all the crabs in the bucket. Anyone that is trying to climb out, the rest one will draw him in. They don't want you to come out. So if you're trying to break away from this mentality, it's serious. If you see the crab in the bucket mentality, when the crab keeps trying to get at, the other ones will pulling in. When they finally get him, they are going to break his legs so that it does not get out of the bucket. They will say this one is always disturbing. Let's take out his legs. Let's break those things he's using to climb, so it will just be there perpetually. So if you are in this path, you have to be very careful, because we have a lot of Africans that we target you for destruction, for wiping out, just because you don't think like them, just because you are trying to break out of this crab in bucket mentality. It's just their nature. So if you want to help Africa people, you have to be very, very careful. On this channel, I see people that are coming. I don't know if they are priests or Islamic people. They'll be talking about coming together to build something, to build a school, to build a physical office. I'm not interested in doing that. I have seen what happened to people that try to teach African spirituality in Nigeria and other part of Africa. I have seen how those people have been killed, haunted. There was one time there was a woman, I will not mention her name, very popular woman. She was used to be in Kanka. In the other state, she was killed. She was talking about history and African spirituality, trying to arrange people, mobilize people. In broad daylight, there was an attempted robbery or assassination that to make it look like a robbery. She was killed in the afternoon. Her movement, everything ended. We see how church and other spiritual organizations in Nigeria will send assassins to go and kill you. Even in Christianity, pastors send assassins to kill each other so that they can take their followers. This business is a very big business. Religion is a big business in Africa. It's a multi-billion-dollar business. So you cannot expect me to say I want to come. I'm not going to put myself in that kind of situation. If you want to practice this stuff, you have to be very, very careful. The only way the government will let you slide is if you are actually doing things to lock the mentality of your people down, to deceive and defraud African people. That is the only way they're going to let you be. If you want to teach truth to African people, your life is in danger. Your life is in danger. So this knowledge is not for everybody, even in your family. Because once you start talking about this stuff, you start practicing authentic African spirituality, you will start seeing all the bad people around you. The spirit will start showing you all the evil. And once you start seeing them, they will also be seeing you too, and they know that you know them. They will start coming after you. So African spirituality is a dangerous subject for practice, because it connects you to the divine, it connects you to your true self, and it opens your eyes to the reality of things. Okay? Spirituality, authentic African spirituality, it brings you in touch with reality. It brings you in touch with life, of what is actually going on. It brings out your authenticity. Okay? It is not something that you will say you are practicing a form of spirituality, but you are out of touch with humanity. Like the way I see all these white people come out to say they are spiritualists, and they will come out wear their chains and wear their regalia and beads, but they are not in touch with reality. They cannot even talk about their history. They'll be talking about things that does not make sense, that are not connect people to ground zero, that are not connect people to the facts of life. When you see somebody that is talking about things that is not connected to reality, just know that this person, whatever they are talking about, will not work for you. We need practical solutions to work for us. That kind of spirituality is what you should be practicing. Any spirituality that is telling you to die first before you see God, that thing is a waste of time. That thing just want to kill you. That spirituality is your enemy. Okay? Any spirituality that is not telling you the truth about your history, that is telling you lies. In the beginning, there was one man and woman called Adam and Eve that created the whole world. There was one man that built an ark and put all the animals inside the ark. Then one day, I beg. Any kind of thing like that, and you believe this thing as an adult. There are stories you tell to children, but as an adult, it is your obligation, your responsibility to find out the truth about life. So if you see any adult that is carrying this mentality, you have to be very, very careful of these people. You don't go and tell those people what is in your mind. The way you plan with that person, you have to be careful with that person. Okay? Do not take that person into your trust for you to believe this kind of lollipop tale, and for you not to be able to do anything to raise one of your finger to even make any research to find out the truth, for you just to accept this and you want to live your life based on this fairy tale. Anything that happens to you is your own fault, because you have failed to take responsibility for yourself. It's either that person is crippled, or ignorance have crippled them, they have no access to, which means that they are a victim of circumstance, arrested development, or that person is lazy, or that person is naturally wicked. They don't care. You do not care about your life. You do not care about what you believe. You are not conscious. This is what we say. This person is not conscious. When you see these people that are not conscious, these are the masses of humanity. They are like cannon fodder, sheep. That's why they call them sheep. They can die anytime. Nothing will happen. We are not sheep on this part, okay? We are not sheep. We are more than that. So when you see these people, you have to leave them. You let them be. You cannot go and be planning with them. You go and plan with sheep on how to rescue them from the shepherd. The sheep, they will take all your plans and go and tell the master that you are planning to rescue them. This is the way they behave. Okay? This is the way these people behave. And sadly enough, we have lots of them in Africa. Black people with black skin. I see them every day. I cannot weep anymore. So how can you go to plan to one Africa with this kind of people? These people are contented with the crumbs They don't even know what is freedom. They don't even know it. They don't even know what is empowerment. These people have already accepted their situation as a poverty specimen. They are already in the comfort zone of poverty. They have totally accepted it. Their spirit, their head, their ori don't accept this lifestyle. They don't wear them as clothes, as garments. There's no waking up of these ones. They need to go. Okay, so in part of spirituality, not only yourself you know. Salvation is personal. So those people bring this idea of coming to build school, build this, for who? For who? You see, there was one person that is planning to build school. What is his name again? Dr. Umar Johnson in America. We see what happened to him. He started well, asking people for donation. At the end of the day, whether we don't know if the school is active or not. The money, I don't know how he was having miscarriage of spending the money. There's so many issues. That is a matter for another. I'm not interested in building any school in anywhere. Don't tell me to come and build school. My work is to teach you this knowledge. I have my own life to live with the little capacity that I have. My happiness is that you have been able to get this message. If you want to build school, go and build it by yourself. Don't come say we should come together. I'm not interested in that. My essence of giving this knowledge, teaching it, so that when you get this knowledge, you teach it to your children. You can teach it to people to spare, you can control. Me, I can control this feed. Yes, now, I don't know about you, but I know about me. I know about the things that I see on this channel. I know about the references and my essence of what I'm doing here. So I'm not interested in going to say I'm going to open an account for people, I want to do a project. I don't have that time, and I don't think I will ever have that time. If you feel that you have the capacity to do that, you are free to go and do that on your own, but make sure you control it and make sure that your message is not polluted. And while you are doing this, you have to be very careful, especially in Africa. There are so many black people that don't want to see African people grow. There are so many churches that will send people to come and assassinate you. Want to see that you want to be teaching African history, they will send people to come and, if they don't set you up with the government, with their agents in government, they will send people to come and kill you off. We don't need structure in African spirituality. We don't need structure. We are like labor movement of Nigeria. African spirituality does not need a structure so that people cannot come in to come and attack it, looking for what to attack. Those people that are asking for structure, I am suspecting you people. I am suspecting you people. Seriously. I don't need it. What do I need structure for? I only need a platform. If you feel that my message resonates with you, then do something about it. If you feel like supporting me, you are welcome. If you don't want to support me, you are also welcome. But did you get the message? And when you get the message, what are you doing with the message? This is what concerns me. I have dropped it and I will move on. So I'm not interested in come and be creating structure. We don't need structure, okay? We don't need it. African spirituality don't need it. So those people that are talking about structure, I have done structure thing. There was one time I founded a group with some people in Nigeria. This person was a scam. Serious, he was collecting money from people that they want to build a school, want to build a temple. He took money, even took money from me. Till today, I don't know where those people are. The people, we have not seen any project. We have not heard from that person. All these things, I have experienced it before. There are many people that will come, say they are Pan-African organization, running around government office to lobby for contracts. We have a lot of them in Africa. I have come across some of these people talking about unity. I just see them like evil people when they just want to collect African people. Instead of us fighting for our collective movement, they want to claim to be doing something so that you will relax. Then they will just be wasting your time, giving you the impression of they are doing something to move Africa forward, whereas they are draining your money and they are keeping people from actually doing something about moving Africa forward. This is the way most of these organizations work. So I'm very careful of joining Pan-African organizations. I'm very, very careful. I have been invited to many. I declined because of what I have seen, what I have experienced. And besides, I think many of these organizations, they are too slow. in their process. They have to follow government protocols a lot, and many of them are not focused on authentic African spirituality. Why it is good, I commend those people doing it, I commend their effort, but for them or for me, that is not my calling. My calling is authentic African spirituality, history, doing this knowledge, transferring it, and I'm not going to pollute my calling. We say, if you cannot know this thing as an adult with all the books and all the information, maybe you will not get it in a lifetime. It's not for you. It's for the few people that will get it. Okay? This is my own calling. I have to say it out on this channel. So I've seen Africa. How can we be able to unite? We have so many internal enemies. So many black people that are working against us. So many black brothers and sisters that are working against us, using these religions to put us down, to tie us down. Many of these people coming, sometimes I will see people coming on this channel to be trying to poison my message. I will put a video that will be writing, pushing people's mind to Christianity or relating my concept to Christianity, like without giving example in Christianity, we cannot survive. If I just see that, I just delete. Why are you trying to pollute my message? Why are you trying this? I'm very, very careful here, and I have a lot of experience on the web. So I just wipe them out. I don't know what they are doing here. Many of them have tried different kind of things. The Jewish people come with their gay agenda. It did not work. Some come with some other agenda of money, spirituality. It will not work. I have a lot of experience there. If you are here hanging around, looking for me to say something you can use against me, you will just waste your time. I will only use you to grow the channel. I will do that. I will use you. You want to use me as a battery, I will turn you into the battery to grow this channel. Okay? So, we have a lot of internal enemies. I see these people attacking from left, right, center. We come to the same African spirituality. We have them. Those people that are looking for the one Africa, I know a lot of black Africans in America, in diaspora, they want this dream. But we have to be clear. This dream, to be honest, I don't think it will work because we have so many enemies. What I will advise you to do, focus on yourself, focus on your family, focus on your little groups. We don't need to group into a large body. We need pockets. Let me say pocket of resistance. Each one teach one. If you know this knowledge, teach it to your children, teach it to your family people, teach it to people that have the same mentality. Focus on them. Focus on what you can control. Don't go and say you want to call a big body of people, because that is when these infiltrators will come in. They will always come in like they want to help, making suggestions, but they are there to destroy you. By the way, those people that are calling on this my channel for me to go and build school and build this physical presence, these people have never contributed $1 to me. Them, you think I not get sense? They never dropped $1 to this channel. They have never patronized my service. They have never bought anything from me, but they are calling me to go and build school so that you can send your fake police to come and lock me down. You think I don't have sense? I have seen you people come in a long time ago. Nothing. You never do anything to uplift me. I've not even spoken to you one-on-one, but I see you every day dancing around the channel. What you they do here? Don't you have a better job? There are politicians in Africa stealing money up and down. You cannot go and catch them. Me that is talking about African history, African spirituality from this little channel, I am your biggest problem. Have I been in government in any African country before? Do I have any political affiliation? What are you doing here? People that are destroying Africa, why don't you go and attack them? Why are you coming to harass me in my channel? Except you are being paid to do it. Because you know that I am talking about people like you on the channel. My words, as little as simple as they are, is affecting your life and your ministry. And you want to see people like me gone or shut down. But you can never find me. You will never see me. I don't intend to open any office. I don't intend to register anything. So I am not under your jurisdiction. You cannot hold me. I am immaterial. I'm invisible. I am like an AI. Okay? Just consider me as a sort of generative AI. So you're just going to waste your time. I will only use you to keep growing my channel. You write your rubbish, I delete it. You write the good one, I click it. That's the only thing. Since you don't want to do anything useful, I will make you useful. Since you don't want to know yourself to be winch, I will use you to fly. Okay, so we're gonna continue to do that nonsense. So apart from this kind of bad people, we have problem of tribalism. Tribalism in Africa is a big deal. There are people that think that their tribe is supreme to every other tribe. Their tribe only there are people that believe that only their tribe will go to heaven. That only their tribe will succeed. They believe that if they kill somebody from another tribe or they rob somebody from another tribe, it is not a sin. It can only be a sin when they do that to their own tribemen. Sadly, many people have this mentality in Africa. How can we unite? Wait from year to year, this tribe say this, from year to year, this tribe. This is one thing that I try to avoid as much as possible. I try to avoid it. In Africa, West Africa and Nigeria, tribalism is a big deal. There are people that will only help you if you are from their tribe. If you are not from their tribe, you are dying, you are on your own. We cannot continue living like this. We cannot grow forward like this as African people. We cannot. We must find a way to unite. Tribal spirituality, nepotism, greed, ignorance. These are the problems that we're having. Part of this reason, I focus on Kushite Kemetic spirituality, so that I have to wipe out the issue of tribal spirituality. If you notice on this channel too much, I don't talk about tribal spirituality. I don't focus on certain tribes. The reason is this, because I don't want people to see me as a tribal spiritualist, and I want to unite Africa. So I need to focus on what will unite people, not what will separate people. If I keep talking about a particular tribe, another tribe will get angry because I don't talk about their tribe. This thing, it don't tire me. I'm tired of this kind of thing. When are we going to grow up? And we are talking about uniting. Until we get past this issue of tribalism, we will never unite in Africa. And we can only get past this issue by teaching authentic African history that will unite the whole of Africa. This is what is missing. This is what is causing this tribalism in the continent. Okay? So this is what we need to get past. Okay? For spirituality to work, we need a unified ideology. For us to unite, African spirituality need to be exposed. By this I mean that African spirituality needs to be understood. It needs to be codified or brought out in a way that will be easily understood by African people, so that these so-called evil people or these so-called evil African spiritualists that are using African spirituality to defraud people, they will not be able to find an excuse to defraud people. Because if everybody know the basic principles of African spirituality, how it's supposed to be practiced, what and what needs to be done, they will understand it and they will have greater sense of pride, and they will want to do it more because they know what they are practicing. But when you have this issue of secrecy, so everything is secret, it has to be initiated before you join, this is going to be a major issue. We need to find a way to bring out African spirituality to make it easily understandable, and we need to focus our spiritual practice on common sense, logic, and science. Okay? Not on superstitions, not on fiction. Authentic spirituality needs to be based on the foundation of logic and scientific principles for it to be valid. This is why I bring out African spirituality in this way, to make it easily understandable, so that people will not be looking at it as something that is evil or something that is demonic. The way I present African spirituality on this channel, I believe I have been able to bring a lot of clarity and understanding to the subject like never before. The way I see so many people practice their own. We need to bring more clarity to the subject so that people can have a sense of understanding in what they are doing. Recently, I read in the news in Nigeria that a spiritualist, a native doctor, defrauded a woman of about 8 million naira. 8 million naira. That's a very big money. That money is almost $10,000. Tell the woman you want to do a spiritual work. I was like, what kind of spiritual work will cost $10,000? What sort of spiritual work is that will cost this kind of big money? When I hear this, I know that there's no spiritual work that will cost this kind of amount of money. What are they doing in this? It's just scam. We have this kind of stories all over the place in Africa. Many people don't know what they are practicing. Exposing African spirituality, talking about it, teaching people the principles, the background information, background knowledge, is going to help to solve this kind of problems. It's going to help to solve it, whether you like it or not. We have to bring up many things. We have to break down many barriers. In as much as it is sad, I know that many of these uninitiated people that we don't want, these so-called foreign enemies of Africa, that we want to come and tap in to make money or to do their pseudo practice, but it will not work for many of them because they don't have the blood. Okay, they don't have the blood in them. So whatever they want to do, it will not work as effectively as the way it will work for an African person, because we are directly connected to the ancestors. Okay, so when we do our own prayer, our own supplications, it will work faster because we are connected. But if they go and do their own with their substandard blood or something, it will not work well. It will not work for them. So we don't need to worry. They are not connected to the thing. So we don't need to worry. I don't need to worry. When those people, I have a lot of enemies. Some call themselves white occultists. People have been attacking me. Am I not still here? I have made a lot of enemies in my paths, in these spiritual paths. Many people have claimed to attack me, to do this. They are powerful spiritualists, powerful this. Many of them are nowhere to be found. Many of them, their YouTube channel is not online anymore. I don't see them anymore, but I am still here. If they are so powerful, why am I still here? I'm supposed to be dead, right? There are some, the stupid ones from Israel, that say they did their coven, the gay coven and the rest. Whatever that, I am still here. Your just no work. So I don't worry about those people, except you don't know what you are doing. If you know what you are practicing, you will not be afraid. When you see some people doing some kind of certain things, although you should not underestimate them, but you know that what they are doing is limited. Except they want to sacrifice themselves to destroy you. I have a destiny, so I'm not worried about this kind of people. So we don't need to worry about these people. Many of them trying to come into this stuff, steal stuff. This is what they do. We already know their character. We need to focus on who we are. Same way the Chinese people are focusing on who they are. They are taking over the world. We need to be like Chinese people now. Okay, we need to be like Russian people now. This is what will move us forward. We need to take our minds from superstitious belief. Okay, now Africa cannot stand on its own. We need help. The way we are now, we don't have our own technological base. We don't have a manufacturing base. We don't even have a historical base because of the so many enemies, religions that are covered everywhere, telling us to focus on what will not benefit us, rather to focus on the main thing. This is why Chinese people are printing Bibles for you to read, because they don't say you not get sense. And when you tell the person say you not get sense, he will start to attack you. How dare you insult my religion? How dare you insult my God? But it is the truth. You be mumu. If you be mumu, you're not going to worship other people God. I mean, bad things. The more that they pray for Africa, the more the situation is strong. The more that they pray, the more war they come. Look at the situation in Sudan. 2 men, 2 African child, fighting for domination. One say, no, I must be on top. No, I get capacity. Many people are dying, they don't care. This situation could have happened in Nigeria just this year. If Peter Obi said that I must take this mandate by force, Nigeria could have been boiling like Sudan right now. But Peter Obi is a man of peace. He had the capacity to call for people to fight and people to support him. And I know a lot of people will come out in the street to protest and fight. But Peter Obi don't want bloodshed. It's not that he cannot do it too, but he has seen the future. If Peter Obi has stand up for the violence, Nigeria could have been like Sudan, is boiling now, where people are running up and down. It could easily be like that, but Peter Obi avoided this because this Bola Tinubu is a man that is a dubious man from the beginning. Everything about him is dubious. He's ready to kill as much people to achieve his aim. Peter Obi was not that kind of person. Okay? Now we see the problem in Nigeria now. It is not going to end, although people are not running scatter, but the people that support this man to go there, all of you are going to reap what you sow. Okay? It will touch all of una around. Make una not worry. It will come. So there is need for understanding in certain ways of doing life. We that are or the opposition, we say we are the Labour Party people. We want peace. We want progress to come to the continent. Some people say no, it must be people that will give them money for their stomach. We see youths, fellow Africans, beating up, killing their other Africans, snatching ballot box in that country just to make sure that this criminal become their president. After election, all those money that they gave you, you go finish. You go start to beg again. You go back to doing your menial job. You will never be allowed into the house of these politicians anymore until next election. As far as they are concerned, you have been paid for your services. All these people, those INEC people that took money for rigging these elections, all of you are going to feel the pain with the people that you suffered, that you are putting in shame. You are not going to escape from this punishment. Okay, that money by now, I believe it is getting finished now, right? The money that they paid you people. So let's see what will happen. Already, this man is already showing his character little by little. The people that you want to put in bandage, it will work against you at the end of the day. So, thinking about African unity, work on yourself. You can't change the world. I keep telling people, you cannot change the world, but if you change yourself, your world will change. So you need to work on yourself. So this coming together to form group, I don't really buy it, especially group that you cannot control. If you want to form group, form little groups within a circle of friends that you can manage and control effectively, that you can share this knowledge. Think of it as a cell. Come together. It can be a study group. We have many of these study groups now on different WhatsApp platforms, different platforms on Facebook. Just form a little study group. If you really want to do something, work on your study group. Okay? Don't come and say people should unite to come and build one thing. That is to destroy people's plan to. I don't believe in that. It will not work. All the people that have contributed to Umar Johnson's school campaign, I don't think they have seen the benefit of their money. Even me, I contributed to it, but I'm not worried. I contribute to other things as well. If I have money, I will contribute. But I'm not interested in forming any organization. Don't ask me for that. What I am doing here is enough for now. Okay? I know how things are in Africa. I know that there are still agents that are going out, attacking people, bringing people down, destroying people's movements. If you want to do this, you have to be very, very careful. We have this so-called humanist movement in Nigeria that are preaching atheism. I see how they are being persecuted. I'm not going to put myself in that kind of situation. I'm not ready to preach to people, to convert people. If you feel that this message you are looking for, this knowledge, or you are looking for answers to why Africa the way it is, I can be able to help you. If you are looking for spiritual solutions, if your Christianity or cannot help you, I can be able to help you. But say unite and build something, I'm not interested. I don't want to hear that story. Okay? If you feel that this message is okay for you, do what you can in your cell. Help your cell grow. Teach your people, your children, the truth. Don't let them waste the time that we waste running after religion, going to church every Sunday, paying tithe and offering to different so-called men of dogs. This is the destruction of the African youth. Don't destroy your children. If you love Africa, you love your children, you want to do something about it, then you must create time and energy to learn this knowledge and pass it on to the next generation. This is the only way I see you can manage this situation on your own. It will not cost you much. It is within your sphere of influence. You will not be going against anybody. You will just be investing in your own self. I don't see anything wrong with that. Nobody will come after you. You will have peace of mind. Okay? So we're thinking about building with people, especially when we don't know their intention. It's another issue. So this is my own take on why I see Africa will not be united. Forget about the dream. We are saying it is something to give people hope. Realistically, we have lots of enemies in the continent and lots of ignorant people in the continent. So I don't know how we can do this, but you can focus on yourself. Okay? Inspire yourself. Focus on yourself. Focus on your children. Focus on your family. I think that should be enough. Do within your power reach. Okay? Cut your coat according to your size. It's better that way. So that's the way I see it. I don't know how you see it. Questions and comments are welcome. Like and share this video. Subscribe to the channel. If you are interested in learning more about African spirituality, my website is here, River of Knowledge. Learning this history, learning this spirituality is also part of you investing and developing African spirituality. Okay? We need investment, we need development. African spirituality needs to grow. It is not something that only where you need help spiritually, that you just run. Like the way some people treat me, I will just see somebody, we just come online, we just ask for my number, then he will just send me a list of questions like saying I ain't born me. And then they attempt to ram. But one man do the thing this morning, I don't care. And this man, he either be an Arab or the way he write the thing, I know it's not a black person. Even if it's a black person self, I don't do that. I charge consultation fee before I answer all your questions. You cannot just come from nowhere, take my number, they just send me a message. Are you there, Chris? I need to do them again. You go pay your consultation fee. You must support African spirituality. You must support my work. If you feel say you not go fit support my work, then don't ask anything from me. Go and do your own research or go meet somebody else. I don't do that anymore. I charge consultation fee. Part of the money, when you pay that money, you are supporting me. You are supporting African spirituality. You are growing it. Many people will send message, full scrap paper. They expect me to have my time to be answering all your message. Who the hell are you? For waiting now, I don't get better thing to do. I don't do that. You go pay your consultation fee before I go answer around. Now $50. If you feel say it's too big, not ask me the question. Go do the work by yourself. That money I use and support my African spirituality research and development. I cannot just be answering questions for everybody free of charge. I will not have time to live my life. I don't do that. So if you know that you not get the consultation fee, not ask me question. Respect me and support this African spirituality. Many of these people doing it, they are white people. These are people that hate African people. They're not ready to spread one finger to help Africa. But yet you won't benefit from African spirituality. Not be you be that. Not be when you be. That you can't expect me to come answer your question. I'm not going to answer your question. Okay? If you cannot register to learn this thing, you can't be asked for free stuff. I don't do it anymore. I used to do it, but I don't stop them. Because I don't say you not carry me go anywhere. And you people, many of you are enemies of Africa and enemies of yourself. You can go to Paris, spend money in your church and mosque. But when you come here, you won't come commonize me. So I'm not going to ask you, I'm not going to answer your question. You must support this African spirituality if you really believe in them. If you want them to grow, if you want them to develop, you must support it. Okay? So if you know say you're not ready to support them, please do not ask me any questions. Okay? With that being said, for people that have been supporting and joining the race, I thank you very much for your time, your energy. It is being put to good use, and you see how the thing they go. Everything they work with, they progress. This year I've done a lot of powerful stuff, and I'll be bringing lots of powerful stuff as well. Okay? So thank you very much. If you want to read my book on quantum physics, I still have it on sale. With that being said, I wish you a very wonderful day, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. So take care and bye. Peace.